Welcome to Sand Table Gamers. I'm Frank, your host, and today we're going to do a video on a do-it-yourself how to make terrain for a miniature game, space games, and we're going to make planets. They're going to look something like this. These are two examples of planets that I've made using nothing but styrofoam and a few other materials, and I'll show you how I do both techniques for these planets. Need this kind of tissue paper that you'd find for wrapping, a bunch of this to cover the sphere. You'll need a wood glue or PVA glue and Elmer's glue. Even a Gorilla Glue that does work with wood is fine as long as it's a water-based glue. You'll need whatever paint you need. This is a white paint I have, and this is a tan paint. Whatever company, as long as it's a water-based paint, usually acrylic or even a watercolor. It really depends on what colors you want to use. You're also going to need a protectant, a gloss of some sort, a clear covering. I use the Rust-Oleum here, or even a spray-on one. Valspar works. This is a flat, this is a gloss. As long as it's designed to be an enamel that protects the paint, protects the material, you'll be fine. I also use a little styrofoam bowl to mix the glue and the paint in. And that's important. So we'll start up. I'll show you the techniques. Also going to need a brush. When mixing the glue, 75% is going to be glue and 25% is going to be water. So you're going to, basically a quarter of it's going to be water. You're going to mix it up. You want a little bit of a thinner based glue. You don't want it really thick because it's hard to brush on. And all you're going to do is, when you mix it, I use just a simple brush, mix it in here. When you're ready, you take your tissue paper, you tear off little pieces. You paint on your glue right in there, and then you simply put on the tissue, flatten it out a little bit. You don't want to let your fingers get too wet because it'll damage and come off. But you simply glue that on in patches over the entire sphere until you get it covered completely, and it looks a little like this when it's completely covered. And this is designed so that if you do spray anything on, the spray won't eat away at your foam. Also, it's creating texture. The spheres themselves, the styrofoam balls have the little beads in them, and it creates sort of a uniform pattern. And you want more of a natural pattern. And this will also create little folds and creases in it that can look like mountain ranges and things like that. It just creates texture. And then whatever paint you want, you just use whatever paint and brush it on with your paintbrush. If you want to create a different texture, you do a base color, say for a gas giant, and then if you have an airbrush, and that works best. I don't have an airbrush, but I just use a regular paintbrush. You paint on the various clouds, and that's going to turn it out to look something like this, with the various cloud formations in various colors. This is for a gas giant. If you don't want to go that route, and you want to go for more texture, you paint the entire sphere a darker color, and then you dry brush a lighter color over. So maybe this could be a star or even a barren planet, but you'll notice that the dry brush picks up all the texture, and that creates maybe mountain ridges, meteor impacts, whatever kind of thing you want. It's completely up to you on how you want to paint it and what colors you want to use. So if you guys want to see more videos, keep watching, and we'll have another one coming up soon. Thanks a lot.